Like, I did not. That was the first time in the show I, like, stopped it. And my brother does not give a one good goddamn about this show. And, like, he was the only one around, so I had to, like, run and stop him from work. And I'm like, watch this part. And he's like, dude, what? Like, it's nothing. I'm like, dude, it was so cool. And I run with my laptop off again. All right, welcome back to The Horror with Mike.
And Nate.
On this episode, we are going to be going into a full season review of MTV Scream.
We've been bringing you episode by episode reviews throughout the season.
Mm-hmm.
Now that the season is done, if you're not caught up, go back to the beginning and listen to all of them. They're all available on this YouTube channel. They're all pretty damn entertaining.
Right.
And it'll be interesting now that you know what happened at the end to go back and listen to what we had to say early on.
I've been meaning to do that.
I've personally changed my picks on who I thought did it a couple of different times as the show reveals more and more information.
Yeah. But yeah, as a whole season, let's see, going through this, we'll do some stuff. We'll pick out certain aspects and kind of talk about them and things. Because like I said, we pretty much reviewed the whole thing. The first episode we went through a little bit of a lull. Episode 4 with the hospital stuff, that was all really cool.
Yeah.
And then it really picked up in 7 and 8.
The opening episodes were, across the board, really heavy-handed on the teen drama angst stuff, which comes with the territory. It's an MTV show. I knew that we had to get a certain, and there were a few too many scenes set in the high school just outside the lockers.
Yeah, but it seemed like they knew, so they started moving away.
But it was for me personally, it was definitely it was off to a rocky start.
Yeah,
but then those characters, some of them developed, but just they got enough miles under their belt.
Yeah,
things started to
much.
pick up. I guess they didn't let up on the teen drama too much, but in the back end of the season, the thriller/horror aspect started to come out more and more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's when it was really good. And like I've said, I think the bowling alley is still the best episode. I mean, like I said, it's hard to. The bowling alley wins it for me just because the final episode already has that going for it. That's where all the answers, and it's the third act, you know what I mean? I just would give it to the bowling alley, being that was in the middle of trying to slog through, playing for time and stuff like that. Like I said, that's the flagship episode for people to be like, I'm not sure if I want to. It's like, all right, I'm going to tell you what you need to know. Start at 7 and enjoy.
Right.
Like, you don't need to see anything else. 6 is kind of interesting, but 6 is really only interesting having watched 1 through 5 and slogged through that. So I'll just tell you.
So
what
that's when
in
it
6.
starts. That's when it starts to pick up. Episode 7, 8, and then episode 10, because 9 was much more of a placeholder.
9 part 1.
Yeah, much more of a placeholder episode than it had any right to be, being the penultimate episode. So that was a bit of a dip. But episodes 7, 8, and 10, I thought were all pretty solid. And personally, those 3 episodes salvaged this season. Mm-hmm. Because
I can finally recommend it to people with a clear conscience now. Because if nothing else, you really have to give them credit. It was a damn good whodunit.
Episode 10, the season finale, was an easy call as my favorite episode of the season for one reason. Because after the fact, when I thought about it, it was the first time out of 10 episodes that an episode satisfied me. Like, it's like, that was a good episode. There was blood spilled, there are people in danger, the status quo is seemingly going to change, killer revealed.
Oh, God, you're right.
And then there was the coda, the fade out, which I really liked. So I was like, this is the first time that I really liked this show all season. Even, the previous episodes that I really liked, I sort of really liked them in context of the show. Oh, it's getting better.
Right.
But it was all building to this, and I'll be honest, I'm no longer pissed off that I watched the show.
Thank the fucking Lord.
For several weeks, I was pissed off that I was watching the show.
I literally felt bad, and I would apologize to him when we came to record. I'm like, sorry, dude, we got to... More Scream, and I'm going to go on for 2 hours.
It's not even that the finale was, great or super smart. If I wanted to, and I will in the future, actually, we're going to sit here and just, fucking poke holes in it. Because it's real pokeable.
Sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there that they didn't want to commit to one way. So it's not like, this is the best hour of TV all year. No, but it was a good capper for that show.
I just like to give credit to 7 because... it's hard to be a really good episode not being the last one. But you're right. It's like they could have very well screwed us in the end, and not giving us a good episode, but they really did arguably give us the best episode they had given us yet. And it was like, I rewatched it, it's well directed. The acting is hit and miss, but it always has been.
We mean
oh God, I don't know, man. Poor Kieran gets left, like his nuts get left out in the fucking wind.
Yeah.
With his whole having to like deal with, like it's like seriously, director, cut to something else because this like you're just leaving him, like, being like, dude, I'm a dude,
right?
Who's like showed that I'm a hardcore, I'm carrying a gun for fuck's sake, and you're gonna make me like cry in the corner for a second,
right?
It was pretty lame, but it was well directed. And one thing I really liked about the ending on is they actually used like cranes and stuff, and were like scooting around, and so it was very well done.
Little things like because we're film guys, bookending the seasons by generations of debatably a legacy of killers,
right?
All the stuff going down, and a legacy of final girls as well. So
right.
I appreciate little things like that.
Yeah, what just bothers me, and it's sank in even more, but I said it right as the show was happening, as revealed and was talking about shit. I'm like, these motherfuckers have not seen.
Yeah,
the makers of Scream, the TV show, have not even seen all fucking 4.
Yeah,
that's all there are 4, and they didn't even see. For something, like I said, way too over the top.
It was a win because we lose.
And I started to like Jake. I started to like Brooke.
We lose one of the worst on the show.
Thank God.
And we have a killer revealed and
Thank
discarded
God
of.
for that.
But we also know
I think so.
Actor.
I think the fuck so. But anyway, sticking to what we're doing right now, how would you rate the season altogether?
I can't in good conscience give the show, the season above a 7. There were just too many dud episodes.
Yeah. But I think the mystery was what they were so focused. That's why they're so shitty. So if you watch it for all the mystery, every episode has been continuously interesting because I noticed new things and stuff altogether.
All right, I will take that. Yeah, so, but overall, I don't watch a lot of TV. I'm very selective on my TV. But just in general, I would give this a 6 out of 10. I watch a lot of shows that are, this is better than okay.
Mm-hmm.
This ultimately was pretty satisfying for me. Definitely not redefining anything. It's not going to win any awards. They're not breaking new ground or creating great television.
But you do want to watch
But it is better than average. I do want to watch season 2.
Fucking A, that's saying something.
It's also kind of contingent on something that we're going to discuss on Killer Congratulations. I'm not going to get into it here.
Right.
But part of this controversy.
It'll be controversial.
I will definitely be there for Scream Season 2, Episode 1. We'll see how it goes.
Wrapping this all up, I would say that this is at least it might go up, down, around, blah, blah. But it's at least on the level, if not better, than Scream 3. Because Scream 3 has always been kind of, I give it good grace because it's Scream and it has everybody and everyone is adequate. And so that always got like a 6. It's better than an average thriller slasher for being Scream. This gets that. Plus, I would say I'd bump it up at least another one, being that even though when its mystery was revealed, it's one. But I really liked the moments to moment of going episode to episode, and they made a slasher work for a TV show.
They had a pretty stiff learning curve because no one's really done this before. But it's a
hell of a thing to try and pull off. Yeah. So again,
and
you know what? Just went up to an 8 for that.
Damn good finale.
It was a slasher TV show that worked.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought Harper's Island was okay, but Harper's Island was pretty bad, pretty lame, all said and done.
And since this is a season overview, I'd like to point out that because a lot of the boring shit from early on sort of pays off later, this is why I'm favorable towards the season. That said, there are some slow-ass episodes that I don't want to go back and watch them again.
Episode 5 might be worth skipping, yes.
There are definitely some lows, but overall...
In any movie, there's lows, too, so...
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Do you have a personal favorite moment? Or a couple of moments from the season?
My favorite moments would go... has got to be... That is legitimately a great horror moment.
That's my favorite moment of the season right there.
But my favorite moment still goes to the bowling alley when jumps up at her and the film ramps speeds. That is the best part. I love that. That shit was the only thing that really like the sheriff thing got me. But that was like the first like moment that really felt fun and cinematic and like goosebumps.
Well, what happens to that's an awesome kill in any horror movie ever, and I've never seen it before. So
true,
it did something new, and I'm big on giving dap to. If you show me a way to kill somebody that I haven't seen before,
right,
I'm gonna give you credit for that. So they did that, and that pullback shot, like.
In slow motion, like, just horror.
That would be a great moment in any Saw movie, in any Friday the 13th movie.
Yes, it would.
So that was the highlight of the season.
Yes, it was. And what I especially liked
was a dick, and I wanted him to be dead.
Yeah, there's two things. Yeah, about that is one. What is so great about that moment is that we really were like, oh, wah at the end. Like, I did not, that was the first time the show, I, like, stopped it, and my brother does not give a one good goddamn about this show, and, like, he was the only one around, so I had to, like, run and stop him from work, and I'm like, watch this part, and he's like, dude, what? Like, it's nothing. I'm like, dude, it was so cool, and I run with my laptop off again, because after ended the way that it did, and like there was absolutely no reason to expect that they would come back in like the first shot and show you gory goodness.
Yeah, I honestly I thought they were just teasing me, and then they denied me the money shot.
Yeah.
Like,
fingers fucking crossed, and this is where we'll have another video of what we would do with Scream if it was totally ours, and what we would do with Scream if it was our second season.
We're gonna fantasy
Lorraine
book
Brock,
season 2.
Come the fuck back. I really missed her. So that could be some real good shit. Bring Lorraine Brock back.
We're going to save our speculation and introspection for another day. We're just sort of discussing what we liked about the season this time out. So,
yep, good season. So I gave it an 8. You gave it a 6. It levels out to a 7. So here on The Horror, we recommend Scream Season 1 at a good 7.
Join the conversation.
And one person I did want to kind of... I'm going to point him out somewhere else, but if he only ever listens to this one, a user of ours, Bobby Daniel, said we inspired him to make his own
I saw
video.
that, yeah.
That's fucking awesome. I want to see
tag
all
us,
you guys
tag us in the video,
yes.
Or send it to us on Twitter or whatever. So,
and if, especially as we get into more controversial stuff, if you feel like not just commenting, send us a sound file, and maybe we can go back and forth.
Right.
But yes, we love that it would inspire a video. That shit makes it worth doing, hearing shit like that. So thank you, Bobby Daniel. Can't wait to see your video. Send us your videos when you make them, and we will see you very soon with more videos here on The Horror. Later on, guys.